Yo, what is up guys, it's Fully Space and today I'll be showing you this tree fort / tree village that I've been working on. It's been quite a large project and I don't really know how to kind of go about just kind of building it in front of you guys because it would take forever. So I decided I'd build it in this massive time lapse. I feel like this video is going to be quite long. I'm going to do my best to explain what's going on. Basically I'm just going to show you this massive village. It's not really massive, it's quite a small one in the end. There isn't very much housing in the middle, however there is a lot more I could definitely do to this build. Just the way it came out, I was really happy with it, so I kind of wanted to get this video out for you guys today. Obviously it's such a large scale build. At the start here you can see that I'm actually using the tree from my treehouse tutorial, so if you guys don't know how to build a treehouse, feel free to go and follow that. I basically built that tree, copied it, pasted it around a few times and then edited the tree itself so it wasn't exactly the same. And that kind of gave me the outside walls for my base. At that point I could kind of connect up a wall around them. However, it did take quite some time for me to play around with these trees, as they do take quite a while to copy and paste, especially trying to get them right, because you do actually bring a large chunk of things with you whilst doing it. So I kind of just got as much as I could, managed to get these 5 trees down in the end, and then I thought this middle bit is kind of where I'm going to be building my base, for example. So I'm using the structure box to copy and paste. You don't actually need like world edit anymore, due to the fact that Minecraft have structure box now. If you don't know how to use a structure box, I might make a tutorial on it. It is quite annoying to do at times, they are quite complicated, so there are a few good tutorials out there on how to do it. I've used a few myself, that's how I learned how to do it. And then I basically got these trees down anyway, and from here on I got this wall design that I've used a few times. I've used it in one of my builds before, in one of my earlier builds on this channel. It's basically you place a log down and then you place a log in a diagonal. You kind of repeat that pattern all the way along. And on the top you add a fence to kind of look like these spikes. It goes really well when you're building some sort of woodland designs, especially like this one, where it's kind of like a tree fort or wood forest town, whatever you want to call it. A lot of people actually posted a screenshot on Reddit of this build, kind of being half complete, not really that not quite done. And a lot of people were just very excited or very happy to see it. They were very interested in the way it was kind of done. So I thought, you know, I'll get this video done and post it for you guys just to show what I've been up to. I've got a few more videos coming out. If you would like to see some more on this build, then feel free to let me know. I could possibly release a download for this map. Obviously, currently this is my build world, so there's loads of stuff that I've built that I can use for videos and things, so I don't want to release the build world itself as of now because there's just loads of spoilers in it and things for my channel that I haven't currently done or things I'm still working on. I just like to have things in one world, to be honest. So if you guys do want it, I'll probably have to somehow use some sort of world edit thing to copy it to another world. But you know, I can definitely give it a go. If we reach a high number of likes, I'll definitely give it a go for you guys. So yeah, switching it up, once we've done the walls here, I begin to just kind of make sure everything is settled into place. I wanted everything to look pretty natural as it was, so I kind of just went around and edited some of the trees up with the leaves, changed around a few of the blocks on the bottoms, so you kind of got different roots holding it in, just making the trees ever so slightly different but still similar. I didn't want the build itself to be completely ruined by me just fiddling around with the trees and just ruin them. They do look quite the same, but I feel like maybe having them very similar is something that kind of makes this build itself. I didn't want them too different. They are obviously at different heights and things, but that definitely adds to the build, I think, in my opinion. From here on, I did actually finish up designing the bottom of the build, just playing around with it, and was thinking about how I'm going to add bridges and things to this build. Obviously, it's such a large scale build to what I would usually do, and I'm never really someone who builds large builds for obvious reasons. They just take so much time, and I don't currently have that time working a full-time job. It's not exactly the easiest thing on the planet for me to do, but you know, I've been giving it a go here and there, and I believe here on we actually go for the entrance. So this bit I kind of curved out. I already planned ahead of being the entrance. I just started playing around with stairs, upside down stairs, some trapdoors, some slabs, and then I come up with a nice little design. I then added some little fences and walls, and it kind of gives you off these little candlesticks, and then I added a campfire with trapdoors around it to give these little candle or lighting for the front. It kind of looks really badass and like tribal, which was something I definitely wanted to go with. I actually did add loads of buttons to the wall itself just to bring out a bit more detail too. So I added buttons to the top and bottom of the wall all the way around it, so it is quite a large scale thing. I then just made a door here out of trapdoors. I placed 3 wide door made fully of trapdoors and just made it look like it swung wide open for you guys. So obviously people can just currently enter. It's not quite closed. I could close it if I want to, but I've currently left it open. Just purely for the fact that it looks a lot better when it's open. I haven't actually closed it, but I want to make the base accessible for everyone, so I've left it fully open. Then I add the candles that I was talking about, the little torches, these kind of tiki torches, just to scare people away or just look really cool. Then they kind of give off a nice bit of lighting for you guys there as well. I then start heading up to the bridge. This first design here was one I was actually not particularly happy with, so I kind of gave up with it in the end. And then I kind of actually swapped it up, you'll see in a minute, to a different design. This one kind of looks it felt like I was doing way too much with it. Adding fences to the side and things. Definitely felt like there was way too much added to it and not enough detail being added, just purely trying to get a fence across. Definitely looked really clunky and not something very interesting to look at. So later on I actually just continued to play around with it and just decided to leave it as kind of a flat bridge with some ups and downs of trapdoor slabs at different levels, and it came off with a much better effect. I actually did this the whole way around the build in the end for every single bridge to connect up to every single tree, which I'll leave you guys to see now. At this point I felt I needed to add something to the inside of the base now that I've been working on the outside for so long, so I started adding these little tribal huts. I created one at first, then began to move on to a more of a medieval style build, which actually ended up being the chapel for this place, and then I added another larger hut as well just in front of this one here. I did eventually add a centerpiece too to this build, and a nice little communal area where you can store, craft and smelt things as well for everyone who lives in this kind of in this fort or village, whatever you want to call it. This build took quite a while to play around with, especially with the houses. Definitely try to fit in using different types of wood like acacia and playing around with roofs to really give off these little huts. However, there is one build that looks very different to the rest, which is actually the chapel itself. It will look a bit more medieval than the rest. I could always change that, but I feel like it kind of fits, especially being a little tiny church. It's literally like a two-seat church. Obviously people are probably not going to get very well, they're not going to get married or anything in it. They might. It's only 2 people, so it might be a very personal or closed one. However, there's a lot more I could have done with this build, but with the time that I'm given, I wanted to show you guys what I've come up with so far, and I hope you guys have enjoyed the content. So I hope you guys are really enjoying my channel so far. The support has been absolutely incredible, and I can't thank you guys enough. I really appreciate every support. I will possibly release this build for download if you guys can smash the like button, and if we get to a good amount of likes, I'll definitely release the build. But yeah, I just want to thank you all for the support. If you haven't subscribed already, I'd really appreciate that too. And also don't forget to press the notification bell just so you get a notification every time I upload. I'm trying my best to upload. I'm currently working a full-time job, so it is quite hard to do, but I'm doing my best out here. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to let it play out from now. There will be a first-person perspective, and I will show you around the village itself later on. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more content. And I'll see you later on in the video. Peace. Now we're into first person. I'll show you around this little wooden fortress that I've built. So if we come on up towards the gate, you've got these two massive kind of candlesticks. Now kind of just give this nice mean entrance. You got a nice little curve here, and then a few trapdoors placed at different angles. You got some trapdoors here, and then the gates there as well, and just a simple upside down stair with a trapdoor in it here. Gives us a nice little design, and then we've got loads of trapdoors that kind of just make up this door that looks like it's swung open. So then you head on inside. You've got a nice little pathway, and it's got some cobblestone on top of logs, and then cobblestone walls, obviously, with lanterns on top, just to kind of structure the path and give us a direction. In here we've got kind of a little chapel, a really small one, not very big village, so I thought there's not many people going to live here, or maybe you could just pass by and you want to, you know, maybe this is where you want to be. We've got a small little room in here, then we've got another little room in here. All very simple, nothing too special on the inside. This build was purely made out on the outside, and I want to focus a lot more about it. You've got your general furnace area open for everyone. You've got this massive water feature in the middle here, and then obviously you can come up over here, and the same way as I built my treehouse tree, you can climb up it if you're not as bad as I am. I could have made this a lot easier for everyone, but knowing my luck, I was here for purely the looks of the build and not how it works, so yeah, that was kind of my fault there. But obviously then you've got these bridges that connect to each one, like go for a gate. Nice little bridges that kind of give you this overview. You can fall off, so do be careful, especially with the trapdoors in the floor. But all inside, I've stripped out and just given them this little design, so they're little outposts or watch posts that people can sit on. You can kind of watch over your town, and in the distance there you can actually see my mushroom house from one of my other videos. This is one of my build words, so there are just random structures everywhere. You can actually see the original treehouse in the distance over there. They were quite interesting. So yeah, this is just really nice and little simple overgrown tree place. I'm not going to walk around all of these because it's just purely the same thing, just the bridges go at different angles. But from up here you can see the walls and everything. You've got these logs that kind of come out at different angles, so we'll have a look at that. We've got one at the back which is a different colour than we got normal oak at the front, and then I've got these buttons on the top and bottoms of those, and then fences to look like mini spikes. We've got little tree designs. I've tried to adjust all the trees so they're all slightly different, and they are all copied and pasted obviously from my original tree, and I've just designed them differently, and that's kind of worked out really nicely for me. It looks really good, and I've just connected these walls up around the sides, filled in the inside with a load of grass and things, just because it's obviously more of a woodland fortress kind of city town, so I wanted it all overgrown and just to kind of look like it would still be out in the wild, which was kind of the whole theme for this. So yeah, I'm going to leave you guys with a little showcase. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Please don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe for more content. As usual, support has been absolutely incredible, so I can't thank you guys enough. Yeah, I will see you all soon. Peace.